Okay. Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here one more time. Welcome to this new tech social. My name is Gabi. I'm a business analyst here at Cogent. And today we have Edgar, which is our moderator, and we have Alfonso, our tech lead. And we are going to be talking about Chat-GPT. We've been talking about this subject for a couple of sessions, but today we want to cover the plugins of that universe. I think we have a little bit of a situation because ChatGPT, it's working like halfway, but let's see how it goes. So yeah, if you have any questions, you're welcome to raise your hand or leave your comment on the chat section. Edgar, over to you. Let's see what we can do today. We can't hear you.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, great. Yeah, thank you, Gabi. So today's topic, it's about these extensions and these plugins rather, and the way that we are providing, the way I see it is like we are providing hands and eyes and like other mechanisms to the GPT engine, right? And basically we can start interacting with different tools and like actually getting things done directly. So we will talk about that today. As you mentioned, it seems that the ChatGPT is not working that well, but that might be due to some load or something. So let's see what we can do there. So before we start, I just wanted to share a video that was, released this week, and I believe things are moving that way. Basically, okay, let me share my screen. This is not completely related to what we will be seeing today, but at the same time, I believe it's interesting to see. And in my opinion, this is where we will be heading. Now, give me just 1 second. Let me share the sound too. Yeah. Okay. Just 1 second. All right. Yeah. So basically here, Microsoft is announcing that they are integrating the same technology, but to their operating system. And I think this is the way that we will start seeing things where we can connect directly from wherever we are, and then we can start interacting with many things. So let me play this video for you guys. Oh, sorry about that. Back here. Yeah, there we are. Not sure if you can hear it.
No, we can't.
No. Okay. Yeah. Right. So I don't know about you guys, but I think this is pretty exciting. because we can see how through this chat interface, right, we can start making different things directly into the operating system. And then we can execute different actions and, like trigger different programs and even, like summarize your files. I also read somewhere that you can look into your files in your file system and then also, like try to reach for certain things. So I think this is the trend. This is where it is all heading. And we will start seeing these sort of integrated services. And as I was saying, connecting things, right? And start getting other things done through these kind of engines. So yeah, I mean, not sure if you have seen it before, guys, but I really liked it. In general, the idea, and I think there will be tons and tons of things that we can do, given this new paradigm, right? Yeah. So that
Do
was
we
it.
know when this is going to be released?
I believe this is already available, but you need
Oh,
to be subscribed to a particular Windows program where they
okay.
release like the betas. And I know that there are also particularities on the hardware side. I believe you need to have particular processor architecture, etc. So there are
Mhm.
some requisites, most probably depending on how the technology evolves and how they can start porting it into, like different machines, etc. Then it will start also, like opening for everyone, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but
Can
I
you,
think,
sorry, Edgar, can you post that YouTube link to the chat?
oh, sure. Yeah, can
Yeah,
do that.
thank you.
There we go.
Thank you.
And sure. And I also saw another similar, maybe we can talk about that at the end or something. But that was for, like Photoshop. And you can now edit your pictures through, again, prompts. So that was like always my dream because I like the graphic design, but I'm not very good at it. So yeah, I'm also looking forward to that, right?
Yeah, I want to
Um,
see that one.
yeah, definitely. We can see that one in a bit. But yeah, definitely it's exciting. And also how things start integrating, right? Originally we had just like this chat, like interface, and it was like isolated, and then we just had whatever they provided to us, and then little by little they start to open the ecosystem, and from there we start getting in like seeing more and more applications. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. So I pasted the link there in the chat, and now I believe we can start talking about this particular topic. Um, so they released these plugins again in beta for certain clients and like people some time ago, but it just got open to anyone who has a ChatGPT Plus subscription. And something that we can do here to enable these plugins is we can go to settings, then go to beta features, and then we have here the browse yeah, and also the plugins, right? So you just need to go here, enable that, and then we can start every time we start a new chat, we can select the engine and then or the model, and then we can get here into the plugins. And they have like this little store here that they are creating. Many people say that we are lacking some features here, like a search bar. I think that would be pretty helpful. Um, and when it is working correctly, we start seeing the different plugins here. So let me see if I can refresh this page and see them again. Yeah. let's see. There's no plugins enabled.
It's not working.
Yeah, it seems it might be, having some issues on that side. Okay, let's give it a couple of minutes. And in the meantime, they have like a complete list of different plugins. And basically, what I find interesting about these plugins is that the way they found to actually connect, like the model, and for the model to understand that at a certain point you want to execute a plugin, right? So I think that's pretty interesting piece of engineering over there. And I have a few here, a few executions that that I started making before the, this demonstration. So we can see some examples, right? My plan is that we can execute these examples live. Let's see if we get that opportunity. But for example, here we have one plugin that is connecting to Zapier. And basically, this site, for those of you who don't know it, let us create integrations between different tools, right? So it's pretty interesting. They have lots and lots of integrations kind of already made. And basically, the whole idea here is that they let us combine different tools. For example, here we are seeing one integration between Gmail and Google Drive, right? And this integration in particular says, save new Gmail attachments to Google Drive. So this is like a complete separate service that they have over here. And we can see how they have tons and tons of different pieces of functionality that they made available through this combination of tools. It's very popular. And the idea is that you can optimize your workflows with them, right? Like there are these actions that you wish you can do directly, and then you don't want to waste time in some of them. So basically you start using these integrations directly. But then they also created that plugin here for Chat-GPT. And for example, you have to enable your account to access, or rather the GPT to access the plugin in your account. But after you do that, then you can start giving some instructions based on those integrations, right? So for example, here I was saying like, yeah, so draft an email to Diana to tell her I'm late for a noon meeting, right? And then it started, like drafting that directly, and it will give you a preview here. Like, oh yeah, so I already created like the whole thing for you, and then you can just run that, or you can edit, like different pieces. So you still get a chance to, to edit it before sending it, right? But the thing here is you don't have to type the whole thing. Like, let's see if this is working. To announce a new session for the Tech Social on AI new features to everyone on my emailing list, something like that, right? So then the idea is that you send this command. It's obviously not working because it's here saying it's an unknown plugin for some reason. But the idea is that when it works, it goes to the right plugin, and then it actually creates that draft for us, right? Oh, okay. Seems it made something actually. Yeah. So then we can come here and we can see that it is actually drafting that for us, right? And we don't have to go and type that particular email. So that can save you time, right? Especially if you are sending hundreds of emails each and every day. That might be the case for some of us. So this might be helpful for those kind of things, right? Yeah, another one that I liked is planning for vacation, right? I think there's a lot of like space there to make it easier for everyone. And they have two particular plugins for that. One is Kayak and the other is Expedia. And basically, you can also ask, like, help me plan a trip for going from some place to some other, and then it will, ask you for specific information, and then it will start giving you options, right? This case for flights, but also for hotels. So it can start planning your vacation, and even if you don't know what to do there, it can also provide you with some, like tips in case you're new to that city and you want to explore and look around. So little by little, I think we are getting closer to that dream of, I just want to have a break. I don't really care that much. This is my budget and plan everything for me. I just want to go and enjoy and have some rest. So we might be getting closer to that day by day. And little by little, you can also start automating some of these tasks through these plugins that we are seeing there, right? Yeah, so I don't know, Alfonso, Gabi, do you have any other examples about going to a vacation? Anything that you're planning? Maybe we can try something here.
Let's say 4-day trip to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico,
Okay.
with activities for children.
Okay.
Archana wants to know if it would also pay for her.
I'm not sure. Maybe we should we should ask.
That's
Yeah,
the
that will
nicest
be.
feature.
That's the ultimate feature that
Yeah.
that we are
That will be
waiting for.
Chat-GPT plus.
Exactly.
Yeah, ChatGPT will mint some cryptocurrency and then pay for that.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
Exactly. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, let me try our channel. Let's see what it says.
Sure.
Exactly. So here we can see it seems that we have some trouble with the interface, but it seems that it is actually using the plugin. Something that I like at the moment, this is a bit more technical maybe, but you can actually see the request that it is making to the service. And in technical terms, you can also see like what that particular plugin is responding, right? So I don't know. I mean, it's just out of curiosity, but at the same time, this can be helpful in case you want to create your own plugins. Then you also know how it is working, right? And sometimes when it fails, you can also see the request and why it failed, and maybe that would also help you. Yeah. So let's wait for it.
There is another plugin called World News.
Mm-hmm.
And it is interesting because you can retrieve the latest news about some topic that you want to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's pretty cool because previously we don't have like that interaction with the recent information.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, this kind of plugins make this tool ChatGPT more powerful than before.
Mm-hmm.
So it is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, Alfonso. For example, now that you mentioned this news, I was also thinking about the weather, right?
Yeah, there is a
So
plugin for weather. Yeah.
exactly. So you can use up to 3 plugins at a time.
Yeah,
By
that's something that is not cool because you can only select 3 plugins at the time. So
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, but what does the weather one do? Like,
Yeah. So, for example, you can ask for the weather for a particular time in a particular place, and it will give you like the weather conditions, right? Like a forecast. But
okay.
what I was thinking is, if you're planning to go to Puerto Vallarta, then you can also ask, to see if the weather would be nice.
Is
And
it
then,
accurate?
yeah,
It is accurate as all
as all the others.
weather services.
Yeah.
Right, because for example, here, like the one that I have on my phone from, I think it's Google, or I don't know, it's a widget. I don't know if it's Argentina, but it always says that it's gonna rain the whole day, and it rains like 5 minutes.
Mhm.
So at the end, I just don't trust it, because
Mhm.
it never is what it says. It never happens.
Right.
So it's
But
funny to me to think that if, like today, we are in May, if I'm planning to travel to Puerto Vallarta in August, and
mhm.
they're telling me there's 100% possibilities that it won't rain, I don't know if I'm gonna trust it.
No, well, maybe there will be a hurricane and we don't know.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you cannot
Yeah.
Yeah.
predict.
But if you go to Puerto Vallarta, you're gonna get wet anyway, right? So
Right. That's right.
either rain or from the sea, but yeah. But I know what you mean, Gabi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So sometimes it happens this way, that it completes, for example, like one request, and when we can see that for another, it might not be working. So I think this is really related to what is happening right now. And the idea, anyhow, for the request it could make is that it takes that information, and in this case, for example, it also completed it with some activities, right? So not that accurate, but it's, like, I guess they will be iterating, so it starts getting better. Yeah, and can you pay for it? Let's see.
But it can give us the budget, right? Like how much, can you ask, like how much would that be?
For the trip, the budget trip, yeah.
The whole
Trip
trip.
budget. Mm.
Right. Okay, here it's saying that it couldn't go due to a technical issue, right? And then it gives you like
An
you know,
estimate.
an estimate, yes. Although when it completes that correctly, it actually gives you the price. And it gives you the links. So you can just go
No.
here directly, click it, and then it would redirect you to the particular, like search it did or it made. And then you can go and see most probably the particular deal that it is, like providing there, right? So it actually gives you that, so you can decide. And it can give you also like more information. Okay, so let's see this one. Here I was using the other plugin, Expedia, right? And in here it was more like, yeah, let's go to Paris, why not? And it was giving you the price and also like the flight duration and when it was departing, when it was arriving, etc. So this has a bit more information. And again, you can, you have here like the links, and then you can use them to actually go and like book that one, right? So yeah, I mean, it saves you that extra step. As Alfonso was saying, that it is restricted to 3 plugins right now at a time. I think it would be more functional if we could have like all the plugins enabled, and then you can just play around. But in the meantime, you can do it that way, right? Like you're in vacation mode, and then you go select your plugins, and then you can start, planning your vacation like that. Yeah. So another plugin that I really wanted to try but was not working for the moment, unfortunately,
Can you
is
try,
this one.
like, if you have a comparison between the plugins, which one is the best plugin for this type of travel, and which gives the lowest budget? And that might help you instead of having all the plugins.
Yeah, I guess they have some sort of arrangement between the companies, because, for example, I also tried that, right? Well, right now we cannot do it, but I tried to select, for example, Kayak and Expedia at the same time, trying to compare. And by the time that you select the two plugins, it says like you cannot select both at the same time. You have to pick one. So since they kind of do the same, maybe they are trying to protect something there. So right now it is like not possible to compare directly. But I also thought about it. It would be a good fit, right? Like actually comparing from different sites and get the best deal in the end, right? So maybe there's a room there for us to develop that plugin. It would be even more useful, I guess. But yeah, I also tried that, and maybe in the future we can also explore it again.
You need to use
Yeah.
Google to search for what is the best, and then go back to
Right. What's the best plugin, and then come back. Yeah, exactly.
or how
Right.
to use it.
Or how to use it? Yes,
How
that's
to
also
use a
true.
plugin.
Yeah, so sometimes you can also see like the listings of what to ask each plugin, so you know what you can do with them, right? That's also something else that most probably they will add later, so it's easier for everyone. Then I also wanted to show this one. I've been playing with a couple more plugins. There's one that brings you the information for the latest US census, I think. And basically you can ask for demographic information and some other information regarding, like the country in general. And from there, then you can also combine it, right? As we were doing here. There's another plugin called Wolfram, and that's like super popular because you can really do lots of stuff, like mathematics stuff with it. So for example, here, I just wanted to retrieve some data. In this case, how many people are 25 right now in the US? And then it came back with the information. And from that, I asked it to make the bar chart directly, right? So out of a couple of prompts, you can start getting information and visualizing that information. So I think it might be pretty useful, especially if you are really, like working with data all the time. And this plugin, Wolfram, can also, like run mathematic operations for you, not only additions and subtractions, but actually, like derivatives or integrations and all of that. So it's pretty impressive and definitely worth exploring. This is just a very small dummy example, but definitely I really would like to see more about this plugin. What else do we have here? Yeah, this one. So for the music fan that it's in all of us, you can come here and there's a plugin for Spotify. You can, like connect your account, and then you are in certain mood. Like right now, I need some more energy, so I can come and ask it to create a playlist for something. And for example, here I tried with this one for EDM, that is like electronic music. and it actually created this playlist for me, right? So in case you are in a mood for something else, like I don't know, maybe you had a hard meeting and then you want a rock music playlist, and you can come here and just let your emotions go with it.
So this is a Spotify plugin?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. And then you can ask, like, please go and create a playlist for me. And, you can try and pick for many things. And it actually connects to your Spotify account, and it would create that playlist over there for you. So yeah, that's cool. Right. Yeah, so that's another one that I was, trying to bring some examples over here. And then, many times we have seen for ChatGPT that we will come back to this rock list for sure. That it tends to this phenomenon called hallucinations, right? And then it goes and brings data, and like it might be not accurate. So, for example, another plugin lets you explore information from actual papers that are published, academic papers, and you can ask for pretty much any topic. And then with this plugin, it would go and look for particular papers and actually bring them back. And then, for example, you whenever you get an URL, you can use that and combine it. For example, this is just something I'm thinking about, but then you can get the abstract of it more than the summary, and then you might start creating more base for new knowledge, right? In that way, with actual papers that have been published. So I think that's also cool, because it's not only what the ChatGPT thinks, but you actually get information that has been published and validated. So I think this is pretty useful. Yeah. There are other plugins. For example, another one that I saw that I want to try. There's a plugin to help you create prompts for you. I believe the name is something like Perfect Prompt or something. Prompt Perfect, I think. And then you can just specify an idea, and it will actually give you like the whole prompt. So you don't even have to worry about that, right? So, I mean, those kind of things definitely, as we can see, are enhancing this way of interacting. And eventually, I really think that we will have a single console, and then we will start, like giving instructions and getting things done from there directly. Yeah. So I'm not sure, Alfonso, have you seen another set of plugins? Any other that you actually liked? What's your experience so far?
Yeah, I like the World News plugin. And also there is a plugin for OpenTable that you can ask to go to a restaurant near your location, or what are the best restaurants near your location, and even you can do a reservation by this plugin. So I think it is also cool. And there is another one for the EDX. EDX is a course platform. So you also can ask for the top-rated courses related to some topic that you are interested in. So, and there are many and many more every day. They are uploading a lot of plugins. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Right.
Do you have access to every plugin once you pay the subscription?
Yeah, you can install all the plugins you want, but at the
Okay.
time you only can use three at a time. So
Yeah, like
you can
totally.
have like too much, but you need to select what do you want to use for that prompt.
Okay. Right.
There is another one called Web Pilot that it uses to navigate through internet. There is another plugin. But also we have the option to use Bing to browse the internet using Chat-GPT.
Yeah, I just saw one that promises to do web scraping for you. So sometimes you want to go and get data, right? Like, for example, I'm thinking about listings, for example, real estate, right? And then you want like precise information, and you want that like summarized, and then maybe you want to call people, to start seeing these properties. And by doing web scraping, you can get that, for example, in a spreadsheet, or you can get it on your WhatsApp, and then it would be way easier, right, than you manually going and do the scrapping yourself. So I think those kind of things are really useful. So we also found this particular page, right, where there's like a list of the plugins, and then some example prompts that you can use. And I will be also sharing this. But as I was saying, right, you can do things like solving integrals, and there's another one. This one is cool because you get transcripts from YouTube videos, and then you can also look among them, like search among them, right? So there's tons of things there that that you can do. Here's the open table one that you were mentioning, Alfonso. Yeah. So if you're in a mood of getting some Italian food, and then it's already time to book that, then you can just go and get it booked for you, right? And yeah, I mean, there's the list, and if we got access to it, I would be able to show you like the store. Unfortunately, it seems it's not working, but if you get a chance, I think it's worth it. Come here, start exploring some plugins and playing around. Definitely, there's more things there to discover. Yeah.
Right. Edgar, Shiva has a question. How does
Sure.
BARD, B-A-R-D, compare to ChatGPT? And he also said logo designs using DALL-E. We already talked about this, right? Last week we had this social about all the UX plugins or web AI tools to work on it. But he asks, how is it going to revolutionize the creative designers? Could you please?
Sure. I mean, as you mentioned, I believe we had a session in particular to talk about how it is creating value for them, for these designers. And I believe it all has to do with your expertise in the way that you are leveraging the tools, right? Because, for example, I was talking about this Photoshop, right? So let's say Photoshop AI. Yeah. No, actually, okay, just 1 second. Photoshop AI. Yeah. So let's see this video real quick. And then the idea that I want to talk about. Sure. Yeah. So I was saying, I think this is like super cool. In like you actually start making things by giving prompts and interacting with your images, right? That's just amazing. But at the same time, to be honest, if I got to use this tool, it would be difficult for me to know what to do with the design. I mean, there's like this creative part, right?
Right, but I think it's the same. I was just thinking how we as the users, we actually need to be trained on how to use all these AI tools effectively. I mean, you know a lot about all the tech part, the how to develop a website or things like that. So it's easy for you to like know how to prompt it. Um, but then maybe for Lakshmikan, this is like way easier, or Victor, right? But at the end, I think if you want to go into this world, you need to understand how to use it before. Otherwise, you will be using it for like not very significant things, or like just daily things that, I mean, it would help you, but you're not taking everything that it has. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly,
Yeah.
Gabi. So it can help you, but if you're the expert, then you can actually, like,
Take advantage, like
yeah,
completely.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And really create things, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
need to know how to take advantage of the tools that we can use.
Exactly. So I think she was also adding some more comments here. Let us see. Okay, first we have one question from Uma. She's saying, are people patenting their plugins or selling these to the plugin store? I don't think they are charging for the plugins at the moment, but I wouldn't be surprised that eventually they will start charging for them. Actually, for some of them, you need to have an account on their service first prior to using their plugin, right? For example, Spotify. So you need an account, and then you connect your account, and then you can use the plugin. So I think the game right now is punch first, punch twice, right? If you get there and then you get the exposure and then people start using your tool, later you can start monetizing it, or, like gaining something out of it. So at the moment, I don't think they are charging for them, or, like earning anything in monetary terms, but eventually they will. So I think that's the game right now. Get that exposure first, right? Yeah. Okay. Then compare and contrast, initial screening of job seekers, and similar tools. And then, okay, organized culture, referring to videos. I'm just reading the comments from Shiva. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think we will start seeing how our tools start changing, and we will start seeing more and more how this technology integrates in these other tools, right? And provides us with new ways to do things. So, for example, for screening, it can work both ways. I mean, like, you can use it to ask questions to the candidate, but at the same time, the candidate can use it to answer those questions, right? So in the end, it might be just talking, like GPTs talking to each other in the end or something. And I'm not sure if that would be that useful. But I think it really depends on how you start using it in your daily, in your day-to-day, and how you start taking advantage of it, right? And yeah. So what about you, Alfonso? Have you, like seen any other tools that are implementing this GPT technology or similar? like any other platform at the moment?
No,
Mhm.
no.
Okay.
Related with BART,
Mhm.
I have been using it for a week maybe, and BART has some advantages, I think, related with market topics. Because and also it has built in the recency of information. It can browse the internet without any plugin. So it will be also exciting see how these two big companies will start the race of AI services.
Right. In my experience, BART is, like less verbose. Like it doesn't explain that much, but it can also be effective, right? Like for particular tasks. So I believe right now I like GPT a bit more, but
Yeah.
for some tasks I've seen BART being more effective. So
What is cool for about BART is that you can, for example, export the answers to a Google Doc or something like that. And also, I think it's pretty cool that you can click on the Google it button, and you go to the to Google, and you can read more about what you are searching for.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so you can get more context once that you decided,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
And you can see the sources of the information. So that's also good.
Yeah, very important. All right, so I think we are right about time to finish, to wrap it up. Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining. I think it was a very nice session. And
Totally,
I will I will propose this plugin, Archana, for ChatGPT to pay for the trips. So let's see if someone wants to build it, right? Maybe Alfonso with the crypto. That might be helpful, Alfonso.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, thank you, Archana, Shiva, Uma, for your questions today. Thanks for participating. Thanks for being here, everyone. I think there's like one last question. What is the regulatory risk ChatGPT is facing given the recent congressional hearing from the CEO of ChatGPT? I'm not sure if we know that, Edgar or Alfonso.
Yeah, I mean, we can spend like a whole session talking about regulation, right? And I believe it's a critical aspect moving forward, especially because of the way that other companies have used like your data in the past, right? So there needs to be clear rules about how they are using your data, how they can manage it, and then how they can in the end kind of exploit it, right? So it's very, very important, critical moving forward. At this stage, I believe we are still starting, and it's the perfect time to actually start with that side too, from my opinion.
Right, yeah. Okay, so thanks, Edgar, for that one, like last one. And then, yeah, so we're good for today. Thanks for being here. I'll see you all in 2 weeks. And yeah, we can wrap it up for today. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Have a nice day. See ya.